After spending 7 months in jail, rapper NBA YoungBoy is finally a free man, ready to do business again. With the rapper getting out of this one alive, some are suggesting all might not be well eventually, seeing he might have played a part in King Von's death. NBA YoungBoy was arrested in March after fleeing from the cops. Police attempted to pull him over in connection with an outstanding federal warrant. The rapper, who had seen it coming, had other plans. The 21-year-old rapper stopped his car and decided to put his running skills on the show. Officers on the scene were clearly not impressed, so they had to call in the K9 unit to return things to order.
Rapper NBA YoungBoy was arrested and taken into custody. The 21-year-old, whose real name is Kentrell Golden, was wanted on an outstanding warrant.
YoungBoy had an outstanding warrant on drug and weapons charges from an arrest in September 2020 in Baton Rouge. He pleaded not guilty to 1 count of a felon in possession of a firearm and 1 count of possession of an unregistered firearm and is still awaiting trial. The rapper was awarded a $540,000 bond in the Central District of California. A magistrate judge in California granted him pre-trial release contingent on Louisiana's approval. In April, a Louisiana judge took a good look at the rapper's bad book and decided to revoke his bond. The judge cited a history of probation violations and his characteristics in history, which reflect a pattern of violent behavior stretching back several years. The rapper finally returned home after a lengthy prison stay. The Baton Rouge rap star was released from jail after posting a $500,000 cash bond. According to the details on the conditions of his release, YoungBoy will remain under house arrest while having to wear an ankle monitor. He will not be allowed to leave the house, consume drugs, or have any firearms around him, and only have family members live with him. He must also submit to drug testing. Despite the tough conditions attached to his release, the rapper appeared to be smiling through it all. As soon as he found his way to his home in Utah, pictures of him appeared online, showing the man himself in good spirits. One could guess that the success of his latest album, Sincerely Kentrell, may be responsible for the big grin he was spotting in the picture shared on Instagram. Sincerely Kentrell made YoungBoy the first and only hip-hop artist to have a #1 album in each of the last 3 years. Before releasing the album, YoungBoy made #1 on the Billboard 200 with AI YoungBoy in 2019. He followed it up by Top 38, Baby 2 in 2020. The only other artist to have achieved the same feat over the last 3 years is global superstar Taylor Swift. But unlike Swift, YoungBoy has a thing for disturbing the peace of his fellow Americans. The rapper always manages to find himself in jail. His recent run-in with the law was something that was long coming. He could have had it easier with the sentence he received, but past behaviors did little to help his case. The judge who presided over his case believed no condition could be imposed that would stop the rapper from illegally possessing firearms. In fact, they were convinced that the rapper was a serious risk to public safety, a danger to the community. With a description that would seem impressive for a gangster, one wonders what kind of crimes the rapper had committed before he found himself in jail. NBA YoungBoy was born as Kentrell Deshaun Golden in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. As a child, he broke his neck, something which forced him to wear a temporary head brace for a period of time. The brace left permanent scars on his forehead.
I broke my neck when I was 4. I was wrestling.
After YoungBoy's birth, his father was sentenced to 55 years in prison. He was raised by his maternal grandmother. Kentrell continued with school until 9th grade, after which he dropped out to concentrate on his music career. He came to the limelight in 2015 as one of the promising stars of his current generation. Hugely talented, Golden took to rapping and recording in his early life. Inspired by artists in his neighborhood, he came up with his first album in 2015 at the age of 16. He followed it with the release of Mind of a Menace Trilogy. Just when it seems like his stars were about to align, destiny brought a rude shocker in his life as he was arrested on suspicion of first-degree attempted murder, and his promising career suffered for it. YoungBoy did not let this put a stop to his music career, but instead got himself immensely involved in it. The uncertainty behind the future of his surging career was overruled by the release of hit singles while in jail. Win or Lose was a major hit and made him an overnight superstar. Some of his other hits include Untouchables, No Smoke, and Outside Today, each of which charted at different positions on Billboard Hot 100. On November 28, 2016, 17-year-old NBA YoungBoy was arrested before a scheduled performance in Texas. The video that emerged after the incident showed the U.S. Marshals entering the venue before the performance started, and records revealed that the rapper had been booked and was awaiting extradition to another jurisdiction. The teenager was booked and charged with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder and was held on a $200,000 bond. He managed to clear his name, but that was to be the start of many other troubles. The following month, the 17-year-old was accused of firing a gun multiple times during a drive-by shooting in the 2000 block of Kentucky Street. Reports indicated that the rapper was one of 3 passengers in the vehicle, along with the driver. During the unfortunate incident, the passenger was shot in the neck. Reports had it that after the shooting, the driver fled the scene, but the vehicle got a flat tire and crashed. YoungBoy pleaded guilty to the firearm charge in the shooting and was sentenced to probation. He got released from jail in Baton Rouge after completing a 90-day term a judge ordered him to serve. 2 years later, the rapper added abduction to his trade. He was arrested in Tallahassee, Florida for an outstanding felony warrant. TMZ reported that the then 19-year-old rapper was found as a fugitive from Georgia, where he was charged with allegedly committing assault, weapons violations, and kidnapping. He was scheduled to perform a sold-out show at Tallahassee's Moon nightclub on Saturday night, but the performance got canceled. Hotel surveillance footage of him assaulting his partner emerged shortly following his arrest. YoungBoy was caught on camera smashing his girlfriend down to the ground. The video went viral after his arrest. The attack took place in a hotel hallway in Waycross, Georgia. In the video, NBA YoungBoy, who was wearing a blue navy jacket, smashed his girlfriend to the ground. The girl, identified as Jania, attempted to escape, but the rapper dragged her to the corner again. TMZ obtained the video. They reported that a hotel guest heard the fiasco and called the front desk to settle it down. The front desk called the cops, but the rapper had already fled the scene before police arrived. Blood was found in their room. In response to the viral video obtained by TMZ, Jania posted a video on her Twitter account denying that the rapper was abusive towards her.
No, just playing with him, just playing on his top, you feel me? I bet can't pull me. Haha, I'm stroking you.
She claimed that they were just messing around. While the rapper was on probation, in 2019, he found himself involved in a shooting in Miami. This time, he was on the receiving end. He returned fire after a shooter in a black Cadillac Escalade opened fire, injuring his girlfriend and killing a bystander. Though his charges for the shooting itself were dismissed, he was found to be in the midst of Ben Fields and Trulogic Boomer Norman, which violated a special condition of his probation. For this reason, the judge ordered him to spend 90 days in jail, stopped him from performing for the next 14 months, and sentenced him to house arrest with electronic monitoring for the remainder of his probation. YoungBoy's long list of crimes makes him a suspect in the eye of many, especially whenever he finds himself in the eye of the storm. This same scenario played out when the rap world lost a rising star in King Von. King Von's death left fans and family members with a lot of unanswered questions. The 26-year-old Chicago rapper was gunned down outside of an Atlanta nightclub in 2020. Many have concluded that this death is in connection with fellow rapper NBA YoungBoy due to an alleged beef between the two. On November 6, 2020, King Von was involved in a fight with Quando Rondo outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta, Georgia. Things turned ugly real quick, gunfire was released, and King Von was shot multiple times. He was transported to a hospital in critical condition and died there. Quando Rondo's presence at the shooting raised a lot of questions. Rondo is good friends with YoungBoy. The duo tends to get into feuds with their colleagues. Rondo, in an interview with Breakfast Club, Angela Yee, said a lot of trouble came in the way of him and YoungBoy because they're not open arms. He further explained that YoungBoy wasn't motivated to work with other artists, pointing out that he only prefers making music with no cap and others on his label. Despite knocking down some high-profile features, YoungBoy has reportedly been in the business of turning down a lot of big-name artists. DJ Academics once claimed that he witnessed NBA YoungBoy stand up J. Cole for a feature. This might not be a big deal to some, seeing he also turned down a chance to work with the rave of the moment, Lil Baby, because according to him, he wasn't feeling motivated. The beef between YoungBoy and King Von is believed to have started in 2018. An Instagram live video showed Von listening to YoungBoy's single, Play With Us. Von shared his thoughts on YoungBoy's music with his followers, and it wasn't something nice. YoungBoy talking about on this song, bruh? He's talking crazy. He ain't even like that. I'm on his now. You got caps in your raps. Those were the exact words of King Von. He felt YoungBoy's street lyrics were not genuine. YoungBoy surprisingly did not respond to Von, but it's believed by fans that he was made aware of the diss. Things between the two rappers went cold for nearly 2 years after that, with fans assuming the two were being closely monitored by authorities due to their lengthy criminal records. Von, just like YoungBoy, had troubles of his own. He was raised in Southside Chicago in a crime-ridden O-Block neighborhood. In his teen years, Von had turned to crime and spent years in and out of jail before he took up rapping in 2018. One widespread belief by many is that the cause of the beef between King Von and NBA YoungBoy was that a girl got involved. Well, you can only guess how these things end. Before Von was murdered, rumors circulated that he was dating YoungBoy's ex-girlfriend and baby mama, Michelle. Von had shared pictures of him with Michelle. When fans continued to raise speculation about a possible relationship, the rapper disputed the dating rumors and revealed he and Michelle were creating music together. Von made a believer out of a few with his statement. One rapper was definitely not buying his story. His involvement with Michelle did no good for YoungBoy's team. Quando Rondo, a protege of YoungBoy, was already upset about the photos and put out subliminal disses toward Von on social media. Fans also reported an Instagram live post by YoungBoy talking trash as a diss to Von. Von, seeing all that was happening, responded to YoungBoy in his own Instagram live video, saying, "Ain't no rap beef and ain't no real beef unless somebody got shot or something." He also told whoever cared to listen that he does not argue over women. Both rappers are signed to different record labels, and it was assumed that their beef came as a result of their record label crews. The theory by some that the rumors involved their label mates became even more of a possibility when Von put out a photo of him with Michelle. Rondo's involvement in the beef following Von's pose with Michelle increased further speculation as he signed to YoungBoy's label. Fans also remember that on the day that Von was murdered, Rondo was captured on surveillance video, arguing and fighting Von outside the Atlanta nightclub. Although a certain Timothy Leaks was later arrested in connection with Von's death, numerous sources have it that Leaks is a member of YoungBoy's crew, as he's also a close friend of Rondo. The possibility that it was an inside job keeps getting stronger. Leaks got released from Fulton County Jail after posting a $100,000 bond. Timothy Leaks himself isn't exactly on good terms with the law. He was one of 5 suspects arrested by Georgia police in August 2020 for a drug bust. He was charged with an attempt of conspiracy to violate the Georgia Controlled Substance Act, theft by receiving stolen property, and obstruction. An investigation led to the seizure of guns, 15 pounds of and nearly $16,000. NBA YoungBoy's statement after King Von's death left many wondering. According to the Baton Rouge rapper, the way to show the world you're man enough is not to engage in a fist fight. His approach is way easier and deadlier, leaving fans to ponder about his teachings as a dad and as a mentor to the young people who listen to his music. Who the ever said that fighting makes you a man? He asked. It take a man to kill somebody. Fighting don't make you no man, you dumb. It's unclear whether he was referencing the King Von situation, seeing his label mate Quando Rondo got himself in a fight with Von. We can't be too sure about the statement, but we all know which side of the divide he's on.